Before we begin, if you love emotional stories filled with drama, unexpected twists, and heartwarming endings, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another unforgettable story. The luxurious Crystal Heights restaurant sat on the rooftop of one of the tallest buildings in the city. Wealthy executives, celebrities, and powerful business leaders often came there to discuss million-dollar deals while enjoying breathtaking views of the skyline. On this particular evening, Ethan Blackwood, the city's youngest self-made millionaire CEO, sat alone at a private table. Dressed in an expensive tailored suit, Ethan appeared calm and composed, but behind his cold expression hid years of loneliness and emotional scars. Since losing his fiancée in a tragic accident 5 years earlier, he had built walls around his heart. Business became his only companion. Wealth became his distraction. Success became his escape. Northwest one dared get close to him anymore. As Ethan quietly ate his dinner while reviewing documents for an upcoming merger, something completely unexpected happened. A tiny voice suddenly interrupted the silence. "Sir." Ethan looked up, slightly annoyed. Standing beside his table was a little girl no older than 5. Her curly hair was tied into a small ponytail, and she wore a simple dress that looked far too ordinary for such an expensive place. Before Ethan could ask where her parents were, the little girl spoke again. Her eyes shimmered with tears. "Sir, please marry my mommy." The fork nearly slipped from Ethan's hand. Around the restaurant, a few guests turned their heads in curiosity. Ethan blinked in disbelief. "What did you just say?" he asked. The little girl swallowed nervously and repeated herself. "Please marry my mommy. She's very lonely." For the first time in years, Ethan Blackwood was completely speechless. The child's lower lip trembled. "Mommy cries when she thinks I'm asleep. She says everything is okay, but I hear her crying every night." Ethan stared at her, unsure how to respond. Business negotiations were easy. Billion-dollar investments were easy. But a crying child asking him to marry her mother. That was something no business school could prepare him for. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Lily," she replied. "And where is your mother?" Lily pointed toward a corner table. Ethan followed her finger and saw a young woman rushing toward them with panic written all over her face. "Lily," she exclaimed. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." The woman looked absolutely mortified. "Sir, please forgive her. She's been talking about finding me a husband for months." Ethan expected to be irritated, but instead he found himself studying the woman. She was beautiful in a natural way. Her simple clothes couldn't hide her grace. Dark circles beneath her eyes hinted at years of struggle. Yet there was strength in her expression. "It's okay," Ethan said calmly. The woman sighed with relief. "Thank you. I'm Ava." "Ethan." Her eyes widened immediately. Everyone in the city knew Ethan Blackwood. Ava suddenly looked even more embarrassed. "Now I feel worse," she admitted. "My daughter just proposed marriage to one of the richest men in the country." Lily grabbed Ethan's sleeve. "But you're nice and mommy needs someone nice." Several nearby diners laughed softly. Ava wanted the floor to swallow her whole. Ethan surprised himself by smiling. An actual smile. Something he hadn't done sincerely in years. Lily noticed immediately. "See, mommy." He smiled. "He likes us." Ava apologized again before guiding Lily back to their table. Yet as Ethan returned to his meal, he found himself unable to focus on business reports. His eyes kept drifting toward the mother and daughter. He watched Ava carefully cut Lily's food into tiny pieces. He watched Lily chatter happily while Ava listened with patient affection. There was something about them that felt genuine in a world full of fake smiles and hidden agendas. For years, women had pursued Ethan for his money and status. But Ava hadn't even recognized him until he introduced himself. That fact alone intrigued him. Days passed, but Ethan couldn't stop thinking about the strange encounter. The image of Lily's tearful face haunted him. Eventually curiosity won. Using his resources, he learned that Ava worked 2 jobs to support her daughter. Her husband had abandoned them years earlier. Medical debt from Lily's childhood illness had left Ava struggling financially. Yet despite countless hardships, she had never accepted charity. She worked tirelessly every day just to keep moving forward. The more Ethan learned, the more fascinated he became. One afternoon fate intervened again. Heavy rain poured across the city as Ethan exited his office building. Across the street, he spotted Ava and Lily standing beneath a broken bus stop shelter. Ava removed her own jacket and wrapped it around Lily despite getting soaked herself. Without thinking, Ethan crossed the street. "Need a ride?" Ava looked surprised. Lily looked thrilled. "Mommy. It's our future daddy." Ava nearly dropped her umbrella. Ethan laughed. Actually laughed. A sound his employees would hardly believe existed. During the drive, Lily happily talked non-stop while Ava repeatedly apologized. Yet Ethan found himself enjoying every minute. For the first time in years, the emptiness inside him felt smaller. Over the following months, their paths crossed again and again. Sometimes by coincidence. Sometimes because Ethan quietly arranged it. Slowly, the walls around his heart began to crack. He joined them for dinners. He attended Lily's school performances. He helped Ava without making her feel dependent. Meanwhile, Lily remained convinced that her matchmaking mission was succeeding perfectly. Then one evening, after spending the day together at a charity event, Ethan finally understood what had changed. Watching Ava laugh as Lily chased pigeons across a park, he felt something he thought he had buried forever. Hope. The same hope he had lost after tragedy shattered his life years earlier. Suddenly Lily ran toward him and grabbed his hand. "Sir," she whispered. Ethan smiled. "Yes, Lily." The little girl looked up with innocent eyes. "Are you still thinking about marrying my mommy?" Ethan glanced toward Ava, whose cheeks instantly turned red. For a moment, nobody spoke. Then Ethan looked back at the child and answered softly, "Maybe I am." Lily squealed with happiness. Ava covered her face in embarrassment. Yet behind her blush was a smile she couldn't hide. And for the first time in years, Ethan Blackwood realized that sometimes the greatest investments aren't made with money. Sometimes they're made with the heart. The little girl who had boldly interrupted a millionaire's dinner wasn't just searching for a husband for her mother. She had unknowingly saved 3 lonely hearts at the same time. And that was only the beginning of their extraordinary story.